Okay, we go. Okay, what's the word? What's that word you just said? Okay, so where's the accent? Oh, on the first syllable. So should the second syllable have as much emphasis as the first? Knaben, Knaben, Knaben. No, you wouldn't talk that way. Don't sing that way either. Whatever, I don't care what it is. But I'm saying it's still the first syllable has the emphasis, not the second. Once again from the beginning. Bum, 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 bum. Ready? Not too much here. Tenors it's under. Yeah, again, it's a G, not a G flat. I'm getting this. All right, make sure you're right on. Again, hopefully when we get to the other pieces, there might be time for this at the end. The biggest disappointment right now is there are a couple dynamics that are much softer than, need to be done much softer than we're singing right now. And if that means head voice in the men's section, that places that we've got to get head voice. Because I mean, one of the things for baritones especially, tenors, double especially, you end up actually sitting on it, it comes out constipated, and therefore it goes flat. Okay, you can't have that. Huh? Yeah, we're going to do it. Okay. But so, now you can switch. Now you won't do it like I just did it. All right, I'm vocally deaf. I'm going on about 4.5, 5 hours of sleep a night since last Tuesday. When did I get home? 20 after 5, Wednesday morning. Yeah. Second verse. Try it again. Yeah, that entrance for the tenors especially, the third score, kind of totals up. It's got to get back down. The G can't be gangbusters. Now here. That's where it gets loud. You can sing that A flat without sounding concentrated. Full voice. Oh! Okay, go ahead. But if it's going to be constipated, let it go ahead voice. It's in a very high part of the male range. Let's face it, most composers for choral music never write higher than an A. So you have the second highest note that you would basically say. Yes, there are some that have written B flats, don't get me wrong. Aaron Copland was notorious for that, as were some other people. But most tenors, the highest note you'll see written is a high A. So you're just a half step below the highest note you will basically see for tenors. Majority of the time. So, second verse. Again, I can't do crescendos while I'm sustaining on the piano, but you have to. You ready? Benissimo! These pieces are all about the dynamics. Whenever we get past Mozart and we get into the Romantic period, Beethoven, Brahms, Schubert, those people, Schumann, that's really what the Romantic period was about. Remember, the classical period was about reproducing the music exactly technically like the composer wanted it. Now we get the Industrial Revolution actually coming forward and even getting better and better and better. Instruments got better. Singers maybe got better because they were pretty good back in the bel canto style, which was way back during the time of Monteverdi. And that got lost, then it came back. Whole other story. I don't want to go into the big history lesson here, but it's important that you understand. So when the Romantic composers came out, they wanted to create an absolute emotion. They didn't want to paint a picture. That was Impressionism. Debussy rebelled with the composers that wanted to paint pictures. All right, there's a piece called Prelude to the Afternoon of the Faun, written by Claude Debussy. It really is about a very beautiful woman lying naked on the beach. And if you listen to the music, you know, it sounds like someone looking at a very beautiful woman lying naked on the beach. So he tried to actually paint this picture in people's minds. That's not what Brahms and Beethoven and Schumann and those people wanted to do. They wanted to create the emotion of the piece. And that's why when you look at the dynamics, that's very carefully done. And they're done in such a way that very important words are stressed by dynamics. And believe me, singing soft is more important than singing loud. It is. And the bigger the variation between the softest you can sing well and the loudest you can sing well has to be from here to 15th Street. Not from here to 19th, from here to 50th. Remember how we counted 10 and back? That's got to be the variation of dynamics. You're doing so well. See, here's me. This is me, and most of you know this already. We get to a point, I can't sit there and say, okay, that's good. I want to take it further. I want to move it further. We get to another point, it's sort of like, music is not this way. You never heard it musically like this. Music is always like this. And sometimes, guess what happens? You fall back down a step. And then you go like this. And then you fall back down a step. And sometimes that step turns into a sidewalk for a while. And then finally, you take another step. And so the one thing we don't want to do is if we've made a step, we don't want to fall back to the step and go to the other. We want to stay at that step and go to the next. And you're singing so beautifully. And one of my, not idiosyncrasies, but idiosyncrasies. Really, I use the term idiosyncrasy. I don't praise it. So if I'm not complaining, it's good. Both of you, right? I'm not one of those snotty conductors that we've talked about in the past. I'm just not. I love to have too much fun. And music should be fun. But I also don't say, wow, that was really good. Now, if you gave me chills like you did before, I have to stop and tell you you gave me chills. Because I'm constantly being critically constructive. How about if you did something really well? And keep you standing open. All right? Okay, let's go to every time I feel the spirit.